Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your January reading. This is the general reading. So, we're going to start off with the general energy and then love and then spiritual message. And there will be timestamps below for all of those for you. Ooh, excuse me. I was drinking coffee. So, we are going to get started. Let's look at the table. There we go. And there I am. Okay, Capricorn. So let's see what your general energy is for January. Vulnerability, meadow. And then we have ancestors and grandfather sky coming out. Beautiful. Okay. So general energy. I'm gonna tell you right now that by being vulnerable, you can cultivate something beautiful in January. This is like realizing that no one is perfect, that you're not perfect. A situation isn't perfect. People aren't perfect, and there's always room for a little bit of work. There's always room for enlightenment, and there's always room for growth. So, by realizing that or getting in touch with that in January, that's really going to help you out, especially in business practices and especially with other people. Okay, like people that you love or people that you're trying to kind of be open with. I feel like this is where you grow, is in that vulnerability and realizing that I don't have all the answers, like I don't know everything, and that's okay. And then we have ancestors and grandfather sky, and this talks about the past. So this is just like letting the past go and understanding like there are some things that you don't understand, like you don't know they're going to happen, but they are going to happen to you, like something beautiful. You may not see it, you may not feel like it's coming, but this is telling me that it is coming, right? So, right now, you're learning how to cultivate knowledge and you're learning how to kind of get your smarts and your wits about you, about certain things. You're learning, and you're becoming an expert or an authority on the things that you're learning, whether this be in career or with emotions or with spirituality, whatever it is. So, whatever you put your time and attention to, whatever you're vulnerable to learning and growing in, that's where you're going to make it. Okay. So, Capricorn, let's get into the reading. Okay, we have the Hierophant in reverse, King of Cups, and Four of Coins all in reverse. So, some of you may be worried about a relationship. I'm going to say that lightly because I don't know. Um, This is like a breakup of a long-term relationship if it is one, because this is a general reading and it's not love, so I'm not specific on the love energy right now. But this is more like doing things out of the ordinary. January is when you start doing things out of the ordinary, Capricorn. I feel like you need to go out and explore. It's almost like you either have been holding on to money or holding on to work, like that's been your main focus. And it's like there are other things that you can focus on. Other things are just as important, like getting out into the world, exploring new things, finding things that make you feel connected, or make you feel happy. Besides work. Okay, lovers, Five of Coins. Are we doing this all in reverse? And Four of Wands. No, they're not. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you've disconnected. You've disconnected from things. You've disconnected from emotion and you've disconnected kind of from like things that make you truly happy. And in January, that's the time where you start reconnecting with those things, okay? Because it's like you need all of those things to be full circle. It's like wellness is a whole is connected to a lot of things. And it's about your wellness, mind, body, spirit, soul, all that. So yeah, it's like you're missing it, and it's an important part of who you are. So I feel like you're reconnecting with other things in your life, like your passions, your emotions, your joys, things that are just fun to do, like that childish kind of energy, or being more lighthearted in January, but really be good for you. um, I feel like the reason why you've been holding on a lot to work or finances is because it hasn't been perfect. It hasn't been perfect. But I don't think what I'm seeing here is like it's never going to be perfect. Everything isn't always going to be, especially in January, I don't see everything being great, right? And it's just like, well, try to find some happiness, or try to find something else to make you happy or bring you joy in that time. And this is also true in connecting with others, okay? Because I feel like maybe work has played a larger part than your connections with others. And then we have the High Priestess, the Two of Cups. Now we get into the upright cards and the Queen of Wands. Yeah. I feel like you've known that you have been feeling disconnected or not as spiritually connected. And this is your time to kind of change that around or do something different. It's giving you the opportunity, Capricorn, to do that. I feel like I said, it just goes hand in hand. It pairs together, you know. Also, I think it will help with your relationships and friendships as well, to bring a little bit more fun or spontaneity into things. Spontaneity I'm throwing in there because I don't see it in the cards, but it's also about a little bit of excitement. What's interesting is I feel like you'll build a lot of confidence up, okay, by making other areas of your life more happy or more balanced. Relationships, friendships, things like that. So spending time with others that connect with you, family as well, healing family relationships, trying to see eye to eye as much as humanly possible. For some of you, I feel like there's someone, we're going to slip into the love area. I didn't mean to do that, but I feel like there's somebody that you thought you weren't compatible with, or you thought you were falling out of love with that person or out of connection with them, but really and truly, you need to work on your foundation. So this is like finding the things both of you are compatible in, or both of you do share, and then expanding upon that. Okay. I feel like your intuition, for those of you who felt like it was missing, is coming back to you in January. But it's really just about you connecting with your intuition. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of connecting to your spiritual side, not worrying about so many traditional things right now, like work and career and money in January. This is very much about enjoying. I can see that in the major arcana cards because it is a big part of your life, you know. These other things are as well. Yeah. The whole time you're just like, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. What's going to make me happy? My finances, my career on track. That's what's going to make me happy. But I feel like that's just you dealing with the obstacles or dealing with what comes in front of you, and not really expanding out into what truly matters. You know, it's like you're working on your career, you're working on your finances because you don't want those things to go down the drain. But also, what about your happiness? What about your tranquility? What about pleasures or life comforts and things like that? I feel like both of those have gotten mixed up in the same thing, and they kind of need to be separated. Okay. Like nothing's the matter with it, but too much of a good thing is still bad. So, yeah, you have other weaknesses to deal with in your life, and I feel like this is like relationships or friendships or connecting with others, finding joy in other things in your life. I feel like those are other things that are being pushed to the wayside, and because of that, I feel like that's why everything else is stuck. It's like you focused all your energy on one side of things, and you need everything to be balanced. Yeah, yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. So it's like it's gonna feel like charity to give to these other things, but because you really want to focus on like your career and your money and all that, but it's also as important, okay? Yeah. This is about building stable foundation so you can move forward in the future, you know? It's like happiness in your relationships and happiness in your friendships really brings that joy up in you. Um, That's what it is. It helps you fix an imbalance, instead of seeing it as, oh, well, that's just something I can't control. Oh, well, it's not going to work. If you put time and energy into balancing that, it kind of works to balance everything else. Yeah. This is all about, honestly, Capricorn, this is all about trying a new route, right? It's about trying a new route and not focusing on just the right now. Because honestly, you can work on your finances, you can work on your career, and then it's going to be something else in that area as well that's going to come up later. It's not always going to be perfect. See, don't miss out on your happiness. Joy is also equally as important. Okay? All right. All right, Capricorn, let's get into your love energy. See what we got there. Sorry, I'm moving this camera. Oh, you know what? I like it there. Okay. Of course, this will be the time that I decide that I want to do this because it's just how my brain works. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, January, love. Ooh, love is good. Love is good in January. We have soulmate. Release your ex and honeymoon. Okay. So you definitely have an opportunity to meet your soulmate if you don't already know them. Okay. The key, I feel like, to your love life in January is to think highly of your partner. Sounds crazy, but to think positively of them, to not think negatively, to leave what has happened in the past, to leave exes in the past, and move forward. Because I feel like this week, this month has the opportunity to be very beautiful for you and your partner, and cultivate some really strong bonds with someone or your partner. Okay. For sure. Okay, let's see what we got here. Nine of Cups, Judgment, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. This is like seeing something that you have in January, right? You see something that you have that's worth fighting for, that's worth um giving more energy to, like you're happy in whatever this is with this person, whether you have met them yet or not. It's like you're happy with where things are. They're not perfect by any means, but they're pretty dang close. There are some issues, there are some problems, there are some things to get through from time to time, as in all relationships. But this is one that you want to work on, you know? I feel like sometimes you're dealing with a person that doesn't make the best judgment calls, or they may not be good at expressing themselves. I feel like they're just not good at making the best call. That's what I'm gonna say from time to time. Um, but I feel like they're also seeing the light as well when it comes to you. Um, and because of that, in January, it's like there's this passion that builds. I feel like things start to grow between you and someone else, and it's beautiful. it's almost like you want to stay in this moment and you don't want to mess it up and they don't want to mess it up. It just feels good. It feels worth the time and effort and energy. And there's that Queen of Coins, Five of Cups, and the High Priestess. Something changes. Um, I see you, Capricorn, trying to work on whatever this is. So once you find something, you really want it to work. You're like, I'm going to put my effort into making this happen. I feel like you put a little bit more control in than you need to. And I don't feel like they like that idea. Because this person kind of feels like they're teetering on being a little bit too emotional about things. So it could be something from the past. Like they feel like you're falling maybe back into old habits if you've had issues with them before, or someone from the past, like something someone did from the past comes back to them. It could be someone speaking to them from the past as well. Because I feel like the past is influencing this in some way or another. And they're starting to think of like they're getting discouraged. And you're trying to show them like everything is fine. Like everything is fine in our relationship. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about all these negative things that don't really concern us at this moment. Like we're doing good. Okay. Um, so I feel like there is a moment where that good energy or that motivated energy and that passion kind of suppresses for a second. And I don't think it has anything to do with you per se. It's almost like they need to process all these new emotions and feelings that they're feeling. And they're good emotions. It's just like they need to process what they mean to them. But I see you wanting to really hold on to this. I feel like you have opened up to a point, Capricorn, where you really want to hold on to this, okay? Temperance, Seven of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. Your patience is needed here. All right, Capricorn. So be as patient as you can. Be graceful to this person because they're going to be really defensive. Okay. I see them being very defensive because it feels like they have a point to get across. They have something to work on for themselves. Like maybe getting rid of some old energy, or old ex, or figuring out kind of what their next step is. But this feels like more of something that has to do with them and not you. Because you need to be, well, not need to be, but you can try your best to be as patient with them as possible. Because I feel like it's worth it. I feel like it's worth it. I feel like they still care about you. That's why they're still working on this instead of shutting down. Their main focus is moving forward with you, but they're defensive because they're emotionally kind of hurt by something else. Okay? But I don't feel like it has anything to do with you. Okay. Even when things are going good, I feel like there's a little bit of worry here. Like something comes up, something's gonna come up, and it seems like it's gonna turn into an argument. That's what I feel. Like a comment or something, and you're like, oh no, what does that mean? But you kind of blow it off because things are going well. Yeah, I feel like you just let it alone, like it's not a big deal because things are going really well. You're happy, they're happy, but you're like, oh, they're doing something weird. They're saying something weird. Something feels off, but things are going really well. So you're not sure. Yeah. So things do pause here in January for a second. Um, yeah, it's like they have to give to something else and step away from the relationship for a second. But what it is, it's to make the relationship stronger. That's why I feel like Capricorn, you don't need to worry about it as much. What are they stepping away for? They want to put their energy all on you, is what I'm saying. Like they want to focus on you, they want their love energy on you. But there's something that has come up that needs their attention that they have to focus on that doesn't really involve you, but it's something on the side, like a person or something they have to do. Maybe they have to travel somewhere, go somewhere, or do something. Um, but don't take it to heart. I feel like you don't need to take this energy to heart. Yeah. The love is still here, but there's something that needs to be dealt with. It's like there's a conflict in the relationship, not with you and them, but the relationship as an entity. And it's still going to move forward. Like the relationship is still moving forward. It's just like there's a pause to deal with this thing, yeah, that they feel spiritually that they need to deal with. Okay. It could be someone that, because this feels like another person almost with the Hierophant and the Three of Cups. Like someone, maybe an ex is trying to be friends with them. And they're like, no. Because I don't feel like they're entertaining it. That's what's interesting. It's just like they need to deal with it. Yeah, I feel like it has no bearing on the relationship itself. Because that's what those two cards are saying to me. It has no bearing on this relationship at all. But I feel like they need to take a step back to deal with it. So you need to be patient with them while they do whatever this is. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I love you. Talk to you later. Hello, Capricorn. This is your spiritual side of things. So let's see. Oh, okay. Presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. Wow. Hmm. Yeah. Just because you have to walk away from something for a minute or something isn't tangible to you doesn't mean that it's not important in your life. Like I said, there are other things that you have to focus on right now, especially in this love energy as well. Like somebody may be distant, but it doesn't mean that they don't care. Okay. And then we have thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Yeah. Even though this energy may not be the easiest to go through or the easiest to deal with, I still feel like you're building really good foundations. It's one of those things where you're not going to like it, it's not going to be comfortable, but it's really good in the long run. Like it's really helpful, especially with someone you're dealing with their issues first and then coming back to you or taking a moment to themselves. It's actually a good thing even though right now it doesn't feel that way. Okay? So I love you and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.